Okay. All right. So you interviewed all these people. Who's the most interesting person you interviewed?
Well, that I would set, there was in Cook County, my main thing that I was really proud of is I started something called GTR, Grandmas to the Rescue. And out in the suburbs would be all of these women, these grandmas who would want to be of service and help, but they were afraid to drive to downtown Chicago. They wouldn't go to Cook County where the young guys had been abandoned and were dying of AIDS because they were too afraid to go into that neighborhood. And
What year was that? When was that?
we were talking 82, 83, 84, 85.
Okay.
So they were too afraid to do that. So I got the really cute little hospital out there, got a van, got a driver, and I would have the grandmas come there and get a little soda and donuts as they loaded up and then drive down and go and hold people's hands. So I, at the time, had 2 young sons, and they would always say, Ma, who died today? Because I was taking them stopping by a memorial service, stopping by a funeral parlor, making sure that we had representation at whatever service was happening. Mm-hmm. And, I found it quite rewarding. I think because I had really close people die to me early on, I was not as affected, or I could put a block up and go, this isn't me, this isn't my life, and what can I do to bring somebody into their life to make it their passing more palatable?
Since I was a kid, death has always fascinated me and scared the ever-living fuck out of me. And like, I remember being like 5, 6 years old, and I was living with my grandparents. And so maybe I was 7, but 6 or 7. And I remember waking up in the middle of the night and having panic attacks at like 6 or 7.
Oh my.
And going into the bathroom because I know the only reason I know what a panic attack looks like now, if I had one, which I did, 15 years ago, was because I vividly remembered sitting in a bathroom when I was 6 or 7 and feeling like everything was moving really, really fast, but really, really slow all at the same time. Mm-hmm. Right. And I couldn't stop it and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I never told anybody about it either in the moment, like not till years later.
Well, do you think you were fearful of the grandparents dying? I mean, what?
I remember thinking about me dying.
At such a young age.
Yeah. And I don't know if like maybe somebody died during that time.
Right.
You know what I mean? To trigger that thought or whatever it was. But it stayed with me for like, I don't focus on it now or anything like that. But like now that I've got a daughter, right? She's 10 and she starts asking questions and she's watching shows that we're watching and people are dying and, and she's like, what happens? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know. And I'm like, and anybody that tells you they know is a fucking liar. And she's like, well, Johnny says, I'm like, I don't give a fuck what Johnny says. I'm like, Johnny doesn't fucking know. Johnny read a book and decided that that's what he believes and that's cool. Right. But if you're asking me the truth, nobody fucking knows, and we just have to be okay with that. And we have to be able to accept it.
Yes.
And, blah, 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 blah. And that'll piss some fucking people off, but I don't care.
The great unknown. Go for it.
I don't know how else to explain it, right? Like, I don't know. I need to be better at that as a parent. But it's fascinated me for a long time. So when I saw that, did it end up burning you out? Or was it just you needed to come here? I
was going through a divorce.
Oh, right.
I was going through a divorce and I moved here because my mother lived here and my sons were 7 and 9.
Oh, okay.
And I knew I was going to need help with my sons.
Sure.
So that's how I ended up in Omaha. And when I came here, I just went, okay, I don't know. What am I going to do? I reached out to one of the hospice organizations in Council Bluffs. And because I was brand new, they were telling me, well, we need to have you do 6 months of courses. And I go, do you know that I've just been with probably 112, 120 people that have died in the last X number of years? And they were, well, we don't know you. So I went, okay. So just to do something out of character, I looked in the paper because, that's what you did. And they had an ad for a receptionist in a comedy club. And I went, well, that's bizarre. So I walked in. It was on 114th and Dodge. The club was brand new. Young woman was the manager. And I just walked in.